Hey, what's up? This is Joey. I wanted to make a video about how you can set up your pop-up form to convert more traffic on your website. Now, the reason you want your pop-up form to be converting more is because right now you're paying for cold traffic, and you're paying with for traffic either from Google Ads or Facebook Ads, and that traffic you're paying for is becoming more and more expensive. And when you pay for that traffic, the cold traffic is going to land on your website, but not all of that traffic is going to make a purchase. And in fact, I mean, in reality, in the real world, when cold traffic like that, they go to your website, less than 2%, 2% is a good conversion rate, but less than 2% of that cold traffic will buy, which means um, if the cost of the traffic is going up and up and up and up, your margins are going to be lower and lower and lower because you're going to have to spend more and more ads, more and more money on ads. Now, if there is a way you can um, make more and make the most of that cold traffic by capturing that traffic, so you don't have to pay for retargeting ads to contact them again. Usually that's what you do. You pay for retargeting ads and you have to pay more and more and more and more. But if you have a pop-up form set up on your website, on your e-commerce store, they're going to enter their information, enter their email, and you're going to be able to email them marketing messages like the messages you have in your ads. You're going to be able to email them, but you're going to be able to email them for free. And that's the power. That's the power of email marketing on the acquisition side. So the first step on how the first step in that side, in the acquisition side of email marketing, is creating a lead generation, a pop-up form that converts well. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Now, actually, I'm going to show you a few pop-up forms we've made for some brands. Actually, let me just pull this up from my folder. I'm going to drag and drop the pop-ups we've created. 1, 2 right here, and then another one here. So if you look at these pop-up forms, you will find a common theme, and I'm going to go over that theme in the checklist, but you're going to find a common theme and a few commonalities. Now, the goal for creating pop-up forms is to have your pop-up form converting at greater than 10%. So if you don't have your pop-up form converting at 10%, 10% is a really good number. If you're converting above any 8, around 6%, that's a decent but average number. You want to be converting more than that. Ideally, 6 to 12% is how much you should aim for. Let me actually change that. 6 to 12%. Ideally is 10%. 10% is a realistic goal for most brands. And you want to be, how do you achieve that? First, you want to, the only way you can know is by testing. So you're not going to be able to create a pop-up form that converts 10% every time. It's going to look more like you have a 3% converting pop-up form. And then you test, you test a new one. Now it's converting at 3.5. And then you test again, and then you fail the test. It was converting at 1%. So you go back to your original, the one that converted at 3.5, and then you test again, and then this one is successful. Now it converts at 4.5. So every iteration here is a week long test. And if you have enough volume, you can test 2 times a week. You can change it up more, but 1 week testing one pop-up form a week to eventually get to 10% is the goal. Now, you don't want to use the native pop-ups on Klaviyo because those pop-up forms are not optimized and they don't perform as well. You want to design custom pop-ups that look like this. And the way, okay, I'm actually going to go over why these pop-ups are good. First, if you look at it, it's visually appealing. Second, you have a clear incentive. So people aren't just going to give you their email because you ask. You have to give them a reason to give you their email. And if you look at what's common between these three, is that the incentive, the offer, $50 off, $10 off, 10% off, is the biggest part, and it's the most clear part of the message. Now, having the message clear will give them an incentive to enable to join your list. Okay, another thing you want is, I actually don't have the other pop-up, is you want to have pop-ups optimized for mobile. So for example, This pop-up on the right would be optimized for desktop, because desktop you have more space, and it would be take up this maybe this much space on the screen. But on mobile, this one, the image only distracts from the message, and actually more people shop on e-commerce stores on mobile than on desktop. So you want to have separate pop-ups designed for mobile and desktop. Now, once you're testing every week and you're not using Klaviyo default pop-ups, and you have your offer, you have an offer, the text of the offer very clear. You want to test test the offer while paying attention to your financials. So there's no cookie cutter solution for this part. But if you have good margins on your products, and you have a big email list, you can offer, instead of a 10% off, you can offer a 15% off, and more people enter their email. And because more people enter their emails, you're going to make more money than with less people with the 10% off. So those are the kind of things you want to be thinking about when you're making a pop-up form. That's pretty much it. A few things you want to keep in mind is you don't want the same pop-up form to pop up more than once. Another thing you want to keep in mind is you want the pop-up to have a 4 to 12 second delay when they land on your website, because you don't want your pop-up to be annoying. Another thing is you want your pop-up, you want this is actually a setting in Klaviyo. You want double opt-in to be disabled, because the goal here is to get them to go through your welcome email flow. If you have double opt-in enabled in Klaviyo, this is under the list section and choosing your list and going to the settings section. If you have double opt-in enabled, they're going to, instead of right after they give you their email in the pop-up, they're going to receive a confirmation email from Klaviyo themselves to so they're going to have to confirm with Klaviyo before you can send them the automated welcome flow email that gets them to make a purchase. If you have single opt-in, the moment they trigger the action, and the action is entering their email, opting in, they're going to receive your welcome flow, or however much time delay you have set up for your welcome flow. That's pretty much it for creating a good pop-up form that will lower the cost of your ads. Well, not lower the cost. It will lower the cost of acquisition. It's going to make more of your. You're going to make the most of your traffic, and you're going to also start to invest in growing your email list, because your email list. Think of your email list as a long-term investment, and think of the ads you're paying for as a paycheck. So you're growing your email list for long-term growth and retention. Now, that's going to be it. In the next video, in other videos, I'm going to talk about how you can how you can create a welcome flow that actually converts well, and what you can do with the traffic you're converting here with the pop-up form with the welcome flow. All right, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.